Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's a pleasure to meet y'all again. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video. I've just been busy with stuff. And I'm back. It's a good thing to be back. And for y'all, today I have a review for y'all for South of Midnight, a game that's been on my radar ever since it was announced a while back by during the Xbox showcase thing or whatever. And I've played it. I just finished it a couple days ago, and I've got a review for all. And without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So South of Midnight is a Southern Gothic action-adventure game that dares to weave together folklore, emotional trauma, and spectral beauty in a way that few titles even attempt. Developed by Compulsion Games, it's a deeply atmospheric journey through a world stitched together by myth, magic, and memory. It strives to be both poetic and playable. It's an ambitious goal that leads to moments of profound brilliance, occasionally marred by mechanical missteps. The story of South of Midnight centers on Hazel, a young woman newly awakened to her role as a weaver, a mystical guardian who can mend the spiritual and emotional ruptures in the fabric of the world. After a devastating storm leaves her town in ruins and her mother missing, Hazel is thrust into a haunting odyssey across a twisted American South filled with sorrowful spirits and living legends. The writing in South of Midnight is mature, textured, and steeped in lyrical melancholy. It explores themes of grief, generational pain, and the reclamation of heritage. Every ghost and monster is metaphorical, each encounter a symbolic reckoning rather than a mere exposition. While the plot occasionally meanders and the pacing falters in the third act, where side plots are introduced only to fade without closure, the emotional core remains strong. Hazel's evolution is heartfelt and believable, though some supporting characters feel underdeveloped. Now let's talk about the art style of South of Midnight. It's an animated dream of clay and smoke. Visually, South of Midnight is stunning in a way that feels handcrafted rather than engineered. The game employs a distinctive stop-motion animation style where characters move with a stuttered elegance that reinforces the dreamlike, eerie quality of the world. This clay-like stylized approach sets it apart from hyper-realistic titles, invoking the spirit of folk art and handmade storytelling. Environments are rich with southern iconography, decaying plantation homes wrapped in moss, firefly-lit swamps, and derelict juke joints that feel as if they've been plucked from a ghost story told under a porch light. The use of color is masterful. Murky greens, burnt ambers, and spectral blues wash across the screen in painterly sweeps. However, this artistic direction has a double edge. The visual style, while breathtaking, can hinder readability during intense action sequences. At times, enemy silhouettes blend into the moody backdrops and animation flourishes can make combat feel less responsive than desired. The gameplay in combat is a gentle weave, not a tight stitch. Gameplay in South of Midnight is fundamentally centered around exploration, puzzle solving, and strategic combat. Hazel's ability as a weaver allow her to manipulate the environment, pulling platforms together, creating bridges of spectral thread, and binding broken structures. These traversal mechanics are thoughtful and intuitive, giving players a satisfying sense of magical craftsmanship. Combat, however, is where the game is both imaginative and uneven. Hazel doesn't wield traditional weapons, instead she uses threads of magical energy to attack, restrain, and manipulate foes. The concept is thematically elegant, fighting monsters with the intent to understand and heal rather than destroy, but it sometimes results in sluggish mechanics. Enemy variety is visually captivating, yet their attack patterns become predictable, and the combat system lacks the precision found in more refined action titles. Boss fights are more narrative than mechanical set pieces, often serving as climatic moments in folklore arcs. These encounters are emotionally resonant, but not particularly challenging from a gameplay standpoint. If you're looking for sharp, responsive combat, something like Sekiro or God of War, you might find South of Midnight lacking, but if you're drawn to symbolism and story-driven confrontations, they deliver deeply satisfying emotional payoffs. The world of South of Midnight is as much a character as Hazel herself. It is a spectral south, drenched in humidity, choked in vines, and echoing with the sorrowful songs of forgotten spirits. This isn't a sandbox, but a series of interconnected zones, each dense with cultural texture and environmental storytelling. Exploration rewards curiosity. You'll discover journal entries, spectral echoes of the past, and hidden folklore objects that reveal more about the Weavers and their place in the spiritual ecosystem. There is a palpable reference for the culture and mythology of the region. From swamp-born cryptids to blues-infused ghost towns, the game leans deeply into its setting, using it to elevate both narrative and mood. Still, however, traversal can occasionally become tedious, especially when backtracking through less dynamic areas. Now let's talk about the soundtrack of South of Midnight. It is nothing short of soulful. A blend of Delta blues, mournful gospel, and southern folk gives the game a sonic identity that is both haunting and heartwarming. Sparse acoustic strings underscore moments of reflection, while vocal performances, particularly in boss encounters, bring a powerful sense of emotional climax. Sound design plays a key role in world building. Creaking wood, distant thunder, cicadas in the distance all help immerse the player in a setting that feels particularly on the edge of the living and the dead.
Through rock started shouting, his prospects were grim. Easy to blame Benji, my mother's favorite son. For her and my family, my plan had begun.
So to conclude everything, South of Midnight is a deeply atmospheric, emotionally ambitious game that succeeds more as a work of art than a finely tuned action title. It is evocative, imaginative, and rich with cultural soul, but occasionally stumbles in execution. Those looking for polished mechanics or breakneck pacing may be disappointed, but players willing to seek into the melancholy mood and folkloric storytelling will find a uniquely resonant experience.
But she never lost hope she'd bring Cherie back to life someday. She stole the Benji tree's heart for its magic, to keep her daughter trapped here instead of going where it is baby souls go. I don't think she ever considered what Cherie would have wanted.
So I give the game an 8 out of 10. It's a soulful, spellbinding journey that values story over sharpness. And so that's going to be the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It wasn't a very long one because the game itself wasn't super long. It was about, I want to say, 10 hours or so. I was able to beat it rather quickly, and yeah, hope y'all enjoy the review. I hope it helps y'all decide if y'all want to buy the game or not. It is on Game Pass, which is how I played it. The game costs about $40, but you know, you can just get it on Game Pass and play it. It is definitely worth a try since, you know, it's like I said, on Game Pass. So definitely give it a go, and yeah, I guess I'll be seeing y'all on the next one. Bye bye.